1st of December, Rabbi Moore, Parsha with Rashi, Miketz.
Okay, what are we up to? Um,
30, verse 30.
right along now.
You could get a Christian chapter.
Chapter 41, verse 30.
That's right. Who was up to read? Who last read?
I read last.
Okay. So Mayor, please read.
Okay, so we're on 30 now, you said?
Yeah. Actually, I think we are up to the last Rashi we did was Chav Vav.
That's right.
Yeah, Pasuk 27.
Right.
Did you read those before?
Okay, so 27.
Yeah.
V'sheva parot harakot v'haraot ha'olot acharehen sheva shanim heina v'sheva hashibalim harekot shidufot v'hakadim yiyu sheva shnei ra'av.
Okay.
Okay, so
Now, by the way, okay, what's interesting in this pasuk is it says the 7 lean cows, lean and bad-looking cows, were 7 years, and the 7 shibalim, the 7 ears of grain or empty, whatever, thin and beaten out by the east wind, will be 7 years of famine. So note, the first one doesn't say Sheva Shnei Rov Herino, but Sheva Shibolim Harakos Harekos Tufos Abidam Yu Shneva Shnei Rov. First one just says 7 years they will be. And the second ones with the Shibolim, Sheva Shibolim Harekos, right? It says Yu Sheva Shnei Rov. It does say there were 7 years of famine. So the Meshech Chochma from Rav Meir Simcha of Dvinsk, he has an interesting shot. He wants to say that wherever referring to the cows, we're referring to Egypt. And wherever referring to the ears of grain, we're referring to the entire world.
wow.
So in fact, in Egypt, there were not 7 years of famine. As we mentioned before, there was only 2 years of famine. And then afterwards, there became eventually 7 years, but there weren't the second 5 years of famine, it was the completion of the 7 years happened much later. Whereas in outside Eretz Yisrael, outside the land of Mitzrayim, the only in the land of Mitzrayim did the famine stop when Yaakov Avinu came down to Egypt. Only the land of Egypt. But in all the lands around, the famine continued for another 5 years. So the 7 years of famine continued elsewhere besides Mitzrayim, whereas in Mitzrayim there was only 2 years of famine now and 5 years of famine later on. Okay, that's one of his proofs is from this pasuk that says that the Torah just doesn't repeat the fact there's 7 years of famine. Okay, continue. Chav Ches, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kafchet. Hu hadavar asher dibarti el paro asher ha'elokim oseh hera et paro. Okay. So hu hadavar, this is the matter, I guess, which I spoke to Pharaoh concerning Hashem.
Hashem Elokim Oiseh. That which Hashem is doing, is going to do. Hera es paroi. He has shown Paro.
Okay, no Rashi on that either. Okay, Kaf Tet. Hinei Sheva Shanim Ba'ot Sava Gadol B'chol Eretz Mitzrayim. Okay, so behold that 7 years are coming. Okay.
Sava Gadol.
A great amount, a lot.
Of great abundance.
Oh, abundance.
Right? In the land, in the entire land of Mitzrayim.
Okay. Okay. Lamed. The Kamu Sheva Shnei Ra'av Aharechem the Nishkach Kol Hasava Be'eretz Mitzrayim Yechila Hara'av Et Haaretz. Okay, so in this Sheva Shnei Ra'av. Oh, the 7 years of famine came.
No, not came.
Oh,
Will come.
Oh, will come. Oh, yeah, because of the Vav there. Okay, will come after them. I guess after the good years. And
all the plenty, all the abundance that was in the land of Egypt will be forgotten.
Okay, will be forgotten. And the famine, Chila, will, I don't know. And
will destroy
destroy the land.
Or consume. The famine will consume the land or destroy the land. Now, note, if you look in the Targum, what does it mean? It will destroy the land. So look in the Targum, it says, "Mishetzei kafna yos amo da'ara." The famine will destroy the people of the land. That's what the Targum adds in over here. Okay?
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, let's see the Rashi of it. It's just a small Rashi.
Okay, so it says V'nishkach kol hasava, and the abundance we will forget.
It will be forgotten.
Oh, will be. Oh, okay, that's
all the abundance will be forgotten. So Rashi says.
Okay, Rashi says, "Who itaron habli'ah." So this, let's see, pitron. Something about swallowing.
Right. Pitara means the interpretation of the swallowing.
Oh, okay.
And it says that the thin cows swallowed up the fat cows. That means all the plenty in the land of Israel will be forgotten.
Okay. Of the swallow.
Okay, so we're going to see how this compares to the next pasuk. Okay, because that's why Rashi's making this point that all the plenty will be forgotten, and then the next pasuk comes to add another dimension, an added point. Okay, Lou, do you want to read pasuk Lamed Aleph?
V'lo yivada hasava ba'aretz mipnei hara'av hahu acharei chen ki chaved hu ma'od. And it will not be known the abundance of the land because of the famine that will follow after, because it was very heavy.
Right, because it is going to be very severe.
Doesn't kaved mean heavy?
Yeah, but in this sense, it means, yes, it's a heavy famine, which means it's a very severe famine.
Right. Okay, so Rashi says, "V'lo yivada hasava, hu yifitron." This is the interpretation. V'lo noda. It will not be recognized.
Right. Will not be noticeable, Hivo El Kirbeno, that they have swallowed, that they have been swallowed up by the.
Come inside of them.
Right. So what are these two things? One is it won't be remembered, and below Yivoda HaSavo. And that we know the years of plenty will not be known. So what's the two things? If it's forgotten, obviously it's not known. So the Mefarshim explain as follows. I think it's the Gur Aryeh actually says this, that generally what you have when a country is prosperous, so they build big buildings and commerce flourishes, and thereby also things, you get build shopping malls, and people have more money. You see, obviously people have more money, they have more spending money, so they've got to likewise build bigger houses, more shops, more places of business, etc. So obviously during the 7 years of plenty, besides the actual being abundance of food, there was a boom in commerce in the Mitzrayim. And as a result of that, new buildings were being built, etc., etc. So even leaving aside, people couldn't remember that there was years of plenty because the famine was so severe that they were so short of food, right? They couldn't remember, what? You say last year was plenty? I forget it, I've totally forgotten about that. But nevertheless, there's how shall I say it? Solid material evidence that there had been years of plenty, but you see these big buildings which they built and all the other things which go along with having years of plenty, being a prosperous country. We've got comparable buildings, etc. So that's what the Pasuk is saying. Any vestige of the prosperity that they had during the years of plenty, that was going to be totally eradicated. It means even the buildings, which say big buildings or fancy buildings they built during the years of prosperity, because they've been so poor, they're going to pull them down. There would be absolutely no vestige of evidence that there had been years of plenty. Okay? Fine, let's continue. Meir, Pasuk Lamed Beis.
Lamed Beit, okay. Va'al hishanot hachalom el paro ha'amayim ki nachon hadavar ne'im ha'elokim umimaher ha'elokim lasoto. So let's see. And about what's shanot, the change of the dream?
No, the repeat.
Oh, repeat.
Va'al
repetition.
hishanoi sachalem el paroi pa'amayim.
Okay, to Pharaoh.
The fact that the dream was repeated to Pharaoh twice, Ki nochoin hadavar me'imu elokim. Right, the matter is ready from with God, meaning in God's means HaKadosh Baruch Hu was ready to carry out this decree in the first 7 years of plenty and then 7 years of famine. And Hashem is in a hurry to carry it out.
Oh.
So Rashi explains just one word over here.
Oh, Nachon, which
What does it mean?
means
Nachon,
Zuman.
Rashi explains in one word.
So nachon means mizuman, which is prepared,
Right,
name it.
ready.
Okay.
Hashem is ready to
Now,
come
that's
to
what we
him.
say in the Haggadah. No, hinanei mizuman. No.
We say, "Hinei muchan u'mezuma."
Oh, muchan mizuman. Okay, so we're ready to say this. Okay,
Right.
very good.
Okay. Let's go weiter. So Steve's still not on here on the screen. Mayor, sorry, not Mayor. Lou, please carry on. Next pasuk. Pasuk Lamed Gimel.
V'ata Beireh Pharaoh ish navon v'chacham v'shisehu al eretz Mitzrayim. And now you should seek, a Paro should seek a man of understanding and wisdom and place him over the land of Egypt.
Right. Now you said Vayita Yereh Pharaoh as how did you translate that?
Now Paro should seek.
Seek. Okay. So the actual meaning is Yereh shall see.
Oh,
Okay, from the Lashon Lirois, right? Yereh, Pharaoh should see. Wise and understand. Once again, Navoi means an understanding and wise, an intelligent and wise person, and appoint him over the land of Mitzrayim. Okay, I'm just trying to remember how I translated that. Select. Okay, should select. Okay, let's see Rashi here. Oh, sorry, we didn't finish the pasuk. Sorry, that's the next pasuk. Okay, so means he should select, he should see and choose. Let's better put it this way. Paro should choose intelligent and wise man, you should say, and appoint him over the land of Egypt.
Actually, I think seek is a better translation because it takes into account both the idea of seeing
and appointing
and finding.
Okay.
He's saying you should look for and find someone and appoint him.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay. Let's see
All right,
Rashi.
so
Next one.
Pharaoh vayif kade V'yafked pekidim al haaretz v'chimesh es eretz Mitzrayim b'sheva shnei hasava. Okay,
That's
and
correct. Hasava.
Paro, this is what Paro should do. He should appoint officials over the land and prepare the land of Egypt during the 7 years of abundance.
Right.
So Rashi says the chimesh, prepare, kisargumo v'zarez v'chein v'chavushim. So Uncle translates it as prepare, and it's similar to the word for prepare, which is chamushim.
Right, but actually to prepare it's a little bit more than that. So I translate it as equip.
Equip.
Yeah, because the term for chomesh here, chamushim, the chimesh means to equip with weapons or equip with implements. It says that the Klal Yisrael came out, the Jewish people came out from the land of Egypt fully equipped, including arms and all kinds of instruments and implements that they would need. It's the same thing over here, that you should equip the land of Mitzrayim during the 7 years of plenty. Okay. Pasuk Lamed Hey, Meir.
Okay. Can I ask you one quick question?
No problem.
This chamushim, which means equipped, is there any connection with chamishim, 50?
Right. So Chazal learn out from there, from that pasuk over here, not over here, over there in Parshas Beshalach, that actually a fifth of the Jewish people came out from Egypt.
Oh,
Four-fifths that died during darkness.
Uh-huh.
But that's a midrash. That's drosh. Kipshutai, it means to be equipped. What is the connection between the number 5 and being equipped? Yeah, l'ch'eira comes from the fact that with your hands are ready to work with all 5 fingers.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Why Dafka then the number 5? Then I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's
It reminds me when I lived on a kibbutz in 73, the kibbutz, I mean, I was like a 21-year-old kid, but the kibbutz trained us in riflery.
right.
We were armed and using our fingers to pull the trigger of the gun.
Okay.
So
Right.
I guess similar. Okay, so let's see, Lamed Hey. Vayikbitzu et kol ochel hashanim hatovot habaot ha'ele v'yitz beru bar tachat yad paro ochel be'arim v'shamaru.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see, Vayikbitzu. So what they gathered, all the food.
It's all in the future. The Yikbetzu, they shall gather all the food of the good years. Boys, these coming good years.
Mhm.
The Yitzberu, they should gather piles of grain, tachas yad paro, underneath, under the authority of Paro, oichel be'orim, food in the cities, right? They should gather it all in the cities, v'shamaru, that it should be preserved.
So the beach preserved. Okay. So Rashi, at kol ochel, all the food. Shem davar hu. Shem davar is a noun. Okay. Lefika,
Rashi means Shem Davar means it's a noun.
a noun. So lefikach.
So Rashi is going to explain ochel, which has the emphasis on the first syllable, and underneath the chaf, underneath the chaf is a sego, is a noun meaning food, ochel. Whereas if underneath the chaf is, instead of a sego, is a tsere, and the emphasis is on the second syllable, ochel. Ochel is a what do you call it?
A verb.
Is a verb, a present tense verb or a present tense participle. Ochel means he is eating. And that's what Rashi is going on to explain.
Okay, so he says, so the noun, okay, so lefikach tamo ba'alef. Okay, so as you said, the accent was on the aleph. V'nakud b'patach katan, and it would be have a vowel of a katan.
Means the vowel nokod, it's punctuated with a patach katan, which is a segol. Segol is known as a patach katan.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay. So
It's called, oh, that's why it's pronounced ochel. It's called ochel.
okay. Ochel. Okay. The ochel shehu poel. Okay. So in ochel, that's the verb. Kigon. He gives an example. He called ochel chelev.
Yeah, that means now that says keep called ochel chelev.
Ochel chelev. So if anyone eats,
That's what he said. One thing I think skipped a bit. But ochel shu poel, the term ochel, which is a verb,
right?
the verb ki called ochel chelev, then tamoy lamata. It's punctuated lamata, which is
Underneath.
the second syllable, the end syllable,
Okay.
b'chaf. The nokud komotz katan, and that is punctuated with a kamatz katan, which is other words known as a tzere.
Oh. Kamatz katan. Wow. Okay, so then Rashi goes on. He says, Tachat Yad Paro, under the hand of Pharaoh, or under his, I think you said authority, maybe. Birushuto uve'otz rotav. So in
It
his,
literally means under Paro's hand. The Rashi is pointing out hand doesn't mean literally his hand, but it means under his authority, and in his storehouses.
and in his storehouses.
So Rashi is pointing out Yad Paro can mean two things. It means Yad, his authority, means under his authority, and Asir Tachas Yad Paro means also in his property. So it's stored in Paro's storehouses. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, Lamed Vov.
V'haya ha'ochel l'kadon la'aretz l'sheva shnei hara'av asher tiyena be'eretz Mitzrayim v'lo si kares ha'aretz bara'av. So it will be the food will be held in safekeeping.
Right. For the land.
Picadon, that's like a when you give a
In trust.
for a loan. Like
Yeah, right. In trust, in safekeeping.
Right. La'aretz, for the land. For the 7 years of famine that will be in the land of Egypt, and it will not be cut off. The land will not be cut off in the famine.
Right.
So the Rashi says, "V'haya ha'ochel," it will be food.
Hatzavur.
Hatzavur, that is stored. Kishar pikadon, like any other deposit. Haganuz lekium haaretz.
Like it's just stashed away for the keeping of the land.
For the maintenance of the country.
Yeah. By the way, that's what I translate over here. It's the Kimo Oretz. Look in the Targum, you again translates this Haaretz over here. The Pikadon La'aretz is Rashi, the Targum says, Vi Ibura Ganiz la'amod aro. Okay, for the people of the land.
Oh yeah, Ahmad Ara. Okay, yeah. Interesting.
Okay. So what can we let's see. Shmuley, can you bring me a chair in here? Okay, weiter.
Okay, so Lamed Zion.
Lamed Zayin, yes.
Okay, it says Vayitav Hadavar be'enei Paro uve'enei kol avadav. Okay, so this thing is good.
Einei Pharaoh, the
Look
matter was good in the eyes of Pharaoh,
Pharaoh and the eyes of his
all his
servants.
servants. Okay, no Rashi on that.
Okay. Lamed Chet. Vayomer Paro el avadav hanimtza kazeh ish asher ruach Elokim bo. Oh, so Pharaoh said to his servants, did we find a man like this with the spirit of Hashem in him?
Ruach Elokim, that the spirit of Hashem is in him.
In him.
Okay, let's see the Rashi here.
Okay, so that's Lamed Chet. Hanimtza kazeh. Kitargumo Hanishkach Kedain. No, is that a bet or a kaf?
The Hanishka, can we find Kadein like this?
Oh, like this.
Yeah, so the point is, Hanimtza doesn't mean is there to be found. Hanishkach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning it's the word Hanimtza can have two meanings. It could be Hanimtza, will we find? Or it means Hanimtza is a passive form. Is there to be found?
Oh.
So the Targum indicates that the meaning is will we found?
Wow. Okay. Will we find? Okay. Let's see. I lost my place now. Oh, okay.
Over here, the same
So imnei lech.
Will we find means is there to be found, not is there, not in the past tense. Is there found like this, but is there to be found?
So that's sort of the future.
Right.
Okay.
So, can we find a man like this? It's a future tense.
Okay.
Okay.
So imnei lech, if we go, we should
Unevakshenu and seek it.
let's seek it
Hanimtza kamoyu. Will we find somebody like him?
like him.
Now Rashi adds another point over here. Hanimtza doesn't mean the one who is found. It's not a definite article. Hanimtza, the one who is found. Rashi saying hey over here indicates a rhetorical question.
Oh.
Not necessarily rhetorical, but it indicates a question. Hanimtza kazeh, can we find somebody like this? That's what Rashi says. Hanimtza loshen tmiyah. V'chein kol hey hameshameshes b'rosh teva. Any hey which is used at the beginning of the word, unakuda b'chatav patach. It's punctuated with a chatav patach, which is, if you look under the hey, there's a chatav patach. It means a patach with a shva in front of it. It's called a chatav patach. It means a breeze. In other words, you have a regular patach would say ha, and this is ha.
It's a shorter, okay, it's not the emphasis on that. Okay.
Right. Hanimtza kazeh. That's what it means. Okay. I think, okay, we got up to Shlishi now. Well, I think we'll stop here. Bezat Hashem, and to be continued tomorrow.
Okay, very good. Yeshikayach. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good
Thank you.
day.
Bye-bye.
You too. Culture, be well.
Okay.
Have a good
Very-
day.